My name is Mauricio Cardinal. I'm the founder and the owner of Roofing Marketing Pros. Today I'm here with Brian Wilson from Wabo Roofing. How you doing, Brian?
Doing great. How about you, Mauricio?
I'm doing awesome, man. Today what I want to show you is a new campaign that we started just recently, and I actually met Brian through the event that I hosted. It was called the Seven Figure Contractor Mastermind about 6 weeks ago. What I want to do is basically share the results. I want to share the results with these guys because they had their shit together, I would say. We've worked with over 45 companies already by now. So we know which companies have had success and why some of them haven't had success. The reasons why Wabo Roofing has had so much success recently versus some other companies. So Brian, introduce yourself, who you are and where you're located, and how long have you been in the business?
Okay. How's it going? My name is Brian Wilson with Wabo Roofing. I'm one of the owners. I've been with this company and been in the roofing industry for just about a year and a half. This company's been around for about 2 years. Our first year in sales started, I think, in the middle of June. That first year we only did about $800,000 in sales. Our second year, last year, we did almost $3 million. This year we're on pace to do just over $5 million. So things are growing, and we've really seen a big increase lately. We hooked up with Mauricio after being at that seven-figure mastermind.
Why do you think you've grown so fast? That's basically 800 to 3 million to 5 million. That's over 200% growth each year. That's amazing. Most startups would kill for that, right? For a regular company. What do you think you've grown so fast?
Good partners, hiring the right people, having a good positive attitude, a good work ethic. Like I said, I've only been in the roofing industry for a year and a half, and I'm quite honest, I'm still a dumbass when it comes to it. I don't know a lot about roofing per se, but I've been in sales for over 17 years, so I kind of understand how things kind of should work and what it takes to to be successful. Just putting the right things in place, making sure that you're executing on the processes.
Now, tell me a little bit about your experiences before hired us as a service. You said you had some previous negative experiences with online marketing. Tell me some of the fears you had before you started working with us. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. So actually, we hadn't done really any advertising at all before we hooked up with you. Almost 100% of our business was from us outdoor knocking and just referrals. Working those door knocks. The deals that we would close, working those for referrals, hitting our six pack, stuff like that. We hadn't spent anything on advertising, quite honestly, because it wasn't something that any of us really knew a whole lot about. There was some fear there was some hesitancy, and because we didn't understand a whole lot of it, we felt like maybe it was something that we had to take on ourselves. We had to understand all of it to do it ourselves. But then after meeting you at the seven-figure mastermind contractor event, hearing Lee talk, hearing you talk, hearing the other speakers, and then talking with you, kind of one-on-one afterwards, lifted those fears from us and said, this is the guy. This is who we want to do business with. This is who we think can really help us take it to the next level. And so we went ahead and pulled the trigger.
So what we've done with Wabo Roofing is that we created an online marketing campaign. We use Google, we use Facebook, and we use Bing advertising. And I'm gonna go over some of the results we got in. Can you talk more about the results we got in the last 30 days? How many leads? How many conversions? Total revenue? All that.
Let's just talk about just this month. Just the past couple weeks. And my numbers may be wrong because we're a little bit behind on getting them all entered in. But right now I'm showing 17 leads. It's probably closer to 20. We've got over $20,000 in revenue off those leads. That's already closed. We've got more coming. We've got 3 commercial deals that we're working. Out of those 3, I'd say I feel confident we'll get at least one of them. Hopefully we'll get all 3. And we've got some other residential deals working. So it could be upwards of over $100,000 in revenue.
Houston, you guys are in a very good market. Compare this market to, I say, a Denver or a Dallas. Houston is basically the same size as Dallas. It's a little bit smaller, a tiny bit smaller. It's much larger than Denver. It's twice the size as Denver, but it's cost 3 times less in those places when it comes to the leads. Not many contractors are getting online in Houston. It's amazing, and it's overall not a lot of contractors are marketing online because they're still relying on old school methods like telemarketing and door knocking. I'm not gonna knock those things as those things are still working, but when you combine this new avenue of getting leads, combine that with your sales approach, then that really combines a deadly combination. So can you talk about your sales process and why you guys are so successful in closing some of these deals?
I'd like to think that it's part of my sales background, teaching good processes, and I don't want to give away all of our secrets, right? But just having good processes in place, training, role playing, make sure that everyone knows exactly how to handle a lead, how to handle it when you get to the home, how to handle it when you're sitting down at the kitchen table, making sure that we've memorized our word tracks, we know our scripts, we know our product knowledge.
You guys have a very high conversion rate. What does the process look like? A lead comes in, you call them right away, you set the appointment, you have a CRM that you use to track the leads. How does that work on your end? Can you talk more about that?
First and most important is if the phone rings, you better answer it. If you miss a phone call, you've probably blown that entire opportunity. If you miss it, you do need to call them back immediately anyways, just in case, but you probably blew it. So first thing is just answering the phone. Second is, just being professional professional on the phone when you're speaking with whoever it is that you're talking to, making sure that you're getting all the information that you need, you're speaking clearly, and then set that appointment. And try to set it for as soon as possible. You don't want the lead to get cold. You don't want them to call anyone else. You don't want them to set another appointment before you show up. And then when you show up, just be prepared. Know what you're walking into and be prepared. And expect to be closing the deal when you show up.
Okay. Can you also talk about how Jonathan, who's been keeping in touch with you, he's actually been talking with you more than I have, has really helped you with what you're seeing, what you're getting, and some of the results you talked with him, some of the background that you got with him?
Yeah, Jonathan's been really helpful. Again, we're not marketers. We're not professional advertisers. We're roofers. We're sales guys. We don't know a whole lot about this stuff. We're learning, but he's been able to kind of peel back the sheets and kind of show us how things are really working and help us have a better understanding of it. The dashboard that y'all have is phenomenal. You're able to see everything on there, so you can track everything. You know where everything's coming from, what's going on with it. It's definitely made this whole process a whole lot less scary and more understanding.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest things that I see with contractors. Really, when it comes to online marketing, is two things. There's really lack of education and lack of commitment. This stuff is not rocket science. It's not hard to learn. You just have to sit down in your computer. And I know a lot of contractors have a big fear of actually sitting down in a computer and working, technical. They think they're not technical people. But that's the thing you have to get over it and just commit to it and learn about this process. Because I think it's the most powerful way to market your business and really get in front of the people that are actually looking to either replace their roofs or repair the roofs. And that's basically it, man. Do you have any other feedback you have with the campaign so far that you have experience with?
Yeah, for anyone that's watching this, I would say to get past your fear, hook up with Mauricio, listen to what he's saying. He knows what he's talking about. What he preached is what he's doing, and it's all working. Anytime you're spending money, you have a bit, some fear of, am I wasting my money? Am I getting the wool pulled over my eyes? Is this guy putting me together? Mauricio's the real deal. From the second he flipped the switch, literally the next day we were getting leads. We were getting commercial leads the next day after he flipped the switch on the program. It works. Don't be scared. Spend the money. Do it.
Thank you for that. And one thing I want to add too is you have to really think about this as a long-term strategy. Most contractors are really afraid of spending any money on digital marketing. Overall, most businesses, they spend about 10% of their budget on marketing, right?
Correct.
But most contractors are not even close to spending 10% of their budget on marketing. If they're spending 5%, then they're like, oh my God, their 5% is a lot for them. But they're not even close to doing 5%. There's only two things that really should not be seen as a cost to your business are innovation and marketing. Innovation is a way to create new things and make things better for your business, create new strategies for your business. There's no cost to that. Marketing is no cost to that as well, because when you're marketing and you're getting customers as a result, that marketing is paying for itself and growing your business. When you acquire new customers, those new customers eventually, if you do a good job, will turn into referrals. And referrals are always the best type of leads. That's where you're going for, getting a new customer base so those referrals can turn into new customers. So this will build over time and compound and get better results over time. So I hope you guys like this. If you have any questions, hit me up. You can click below for a free strategy session. And Brian, I appreciate your time, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Mauricio.